And with that, it's time to go inside out with our SNY NFL insider, Connor Hughes. And Connor, let's start with Rodgers, who seems optimistic about returning to the Jets whenever that may be. What's your biggest takeaway from what he had to say on Friday?
He seems to be in complete and total understanding of what lies ahead of him, what he needs to do to get back on the field, and he's willing to do all that. I know that his first appearance on the Pat McAfee show, he teased the possibility of returning this year for a potential Super Bowl run or late in the year. And then obviously today he was kind of talking about some of the other players who would come back within that 4.5, 5 month time span, like Cam Akers did. But I think at the end of the day, the Jets are going to need to do what's best for Aaron Rodgers along with what's best for them in the long term. And I think rushing him back this year is maybe not necessarily the smartest thing that they can do. And I think listening to Rodgers speak today, he seems to be understanding of that as well. He still wants to come back. He's still going to fight to come back. But it's not like he's putting those time frames or timetables out there to say, like, I'm going to be back by this date and then rushing through things and cutting corners.
Yeah, for sure. And so, Connor, with Rodgers, many expected this to be the year the Jets finally snapped their 14-game skid against the Patriots. He's now just a distant spectator. So will he see his team beat New England on Sunday?
Well, I'll be honest with you. If it doesn't happen this year, I don't necessarily know when it is. This isn't the Patriots team that you grew up watching. This isn't the Patriots team that I grew up watching. They have legitimate flaws on this roster. I don't know if Mac Jones is necessarily the definitive, no doubt franchise quarterback the Patriots hoped that he would be. Their defense has weaknesses. The offense isn't littered with playmakers. The offensive line absolutely is flawed. The running game isn't elite. I mean, this is a Patriots team that is 0-2 for a reason. I know they played the Dolphins tough. I know they played the Eagles tough, but this is not this dominant, ferocious, unstoppable force that we have come to know. So if the Jets can't take them down now in what is sure to be a rain-drenched MetLife Stadium at home with their crowd amped up, their crowd fired up, their crowd wanting to, I don't know when they're going to take them down because they have the advantage at the skill position, have the advantage on both sides of the line. It's probably a wash in the secondary, but I think the Jets are the better team. Now they just have to get the monkey off their back and beat New England. And it has to happen this weekend because if it doesn't, like I said, I don't know when it will.
Yeah, big opportunity for the Jets on Sunday. They can't miss it. All right, let's switch gears to the Giants now. You were in Santa Clara for Thursday night's loss to the 49ers, and you said you were impressed with how the Giants hung in there, but what do you think it will take for them to compete and beat the NFC's best?
Well, we're just not there yet with the Giants. I think that needs to be clear. And my one thing is that, look, it would have been easy to go out there and rip apart the offense for not competing and only having, what was it, under 150 yards and rip apart the defense for the missed tackles. But it's just, we went into this 49er game and we said the Giants were going to get blown out, and they weren't as good of a team as the 49ers when they were fully healthy. Now they're down Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, yada, yada, yada. This is this, that is that. So why rip them for kind of struggling the way that we expected them to struggle? So I think the big thing that we learned is that there's nothing the Giants are going to do this year to close that gap between themselves and the Niners, the Cowboys, the Eagles. They need another offseason of acquiring talent, of free agent signings, draft picks, and things of that nature. They're still a step away.
All right, last one. All right, last one for you, Connor, quickly here. You heard Brian Daboll say he's still confident in his team. Are you still confident in this team?
To make the playoffs? No, I'm not. I look at this Giants team now, and I think they're probably going to win 5 or 6 games this year. And I originally thought they'd win anywhere from 8 to 9 games. I thought it was going to be a step back from last season, but a more talented team that would still win 8 to 9. I don't really see it anymore. I mean, they have a lot of really challenging games coming up, and I think they're at a very big crossroads this next weekend against Seattle, because if they lose there, there's the Dolphins coming up, the Bills coming up. I mean, it's going to get the Commanders are a tough team as well in Washington. They're no pushover, so this thing could get ugly quick for the Giants, and I'm starting to think that it might.